Hello, hello. So today let's talk about cervicogenic headaches. If you're still getting headaches, you have to try this targeted approach for long-lasting cervicogenic headache pain relief. Now, as an executive mom, you may have tried it all, those hot packs, the painkillers, those hot showers, stretching, even caffeine to find relief from those persistent headaches. Now, don't get me wrong, all these work. But then just these things don't work. You need to have a more targeted approach. Maybe these little things work for you for a while, but that pain, that headache, if it keeps creeping back into your life, especially after a long day at the desk, it's a sign your body needs more than these quick fixes, right? So here's what most women and especially working moms don't realize. Many recurring headaches aren't just from stress or tension. Usually, most of us, when we have headaches, we chalk it down to, oh, it was a stressful day. Maybe it's a tension headache. Maybe it's a migraine. It is possible. But if your headaches are starting in the neck, and we're going to talk about the signs you can watch out for or how to know if these are cervicogenic headaches later. But if you are treating only the symptoms, you are just chasing the relief instead of finding it. Now, in today's video, we're going to explore how to manage a cervicogenic headaches and a long-lasting pain relief, really, and not just a quick fix. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. Excuse me. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is back and neck, and nerve pain despite low energy levels and brain fog. Now, I do this by giving you simple exercises, some easy lifestyle modification, some tips and tricks that have helped me in my own pain and adrenal fatigue journey. Now, if you're not familiar with adrenal fatigue, it has a lot of symptoms, but the main ones that I had were low energy levels and brain fog or mommy brain, or basically a lack of focus. When you have these two, it's very, very difficult to get through your day, leave alone manage your aches and pains. So here I am with my personal experience and my professional expertise, trying to help you so that your pain journey is not as your pain relief, finding your pain relief is not as long a journey as mine was. Anyway, let's not take away more of your time because I'm sure you're busy mums. And let's get into the topic for today, which is, are you still getting headaches? And you got to try this targeted approach for lasting cervicogenic headache pain. So, as I was saying earlier, headaches that start in the neck are often misdiagnosed. So, cervicogenic headaches, basically, it means headaches originating from your cervical spine or your neck, are a specific type of headache, and they are very different from tension headaches or migraines or stress related headaches. The real problem is actually coming from your neck. So let me just explain you very quickly what these are. Of course, if you need more details, there are lots and lots of videos that I have done, probably hundreds of videos that I've done on my YouTube channel about cervicogenic headaches. However, let me just take you through the anatomy of the spine in very simple words. So you have your cervical spine starting from your hairline down to where your neck meets your shoulder area, right? So about here. So in these, you have seven cervical vertebrae. So out of those seven cervical vertebrae, between every vertebra, there's a disc, and there are nerves exiting the spine on either side. Now, when these nerves are exiting the spine on either side, so there are nerves that come out between C0, C1, C1, C2, like that, like the first, second cervical vertebra, like that. So there are lots of nerves coming out, and that's the case throughout your spine, anyways. So the nerves that exit the spine from your, where your cervical spine starts, so your hairline to the middle of your neck, so the upper to mid cervical spine, these are the ones that go and supply the back of your head and come up the sides. And these are the ones, if they are irritated or pinched, maybe because of a muscle spasm, a prolapsed disc, a stenosis, or maybe you slept wrong in a poor posture, you got up with that pain in your neck. These are the ones that can cause cervicogenic headaches. They can also cause cervicogenic dizziness. So that dizziness is different from vertigo or the ones that is induced from your ears. Anyway, that's a topic for another day. Again, it's on my YouTube channel. You can check it out. So what does this cervicogenic headache feel like? Usually, most of the time, not necessarily, but most of the time, people will find that they have a stiffness in the neck or they have a pain in their neck, and it usually starts as a tightness in the base of the neck, that is your hairline, and then it radiates to the head. So it radiates to the back of the head and can come up the side. Sometimes it can also come towards the back of the eye and into the forehead and temple area. Stiffness in the neck or limited neck movements or tenderness in the hairline area or the base of the skull is very normal with these headaches. These headaches can be triggered or they can be eased with certain neck postures or desk postures. So that means when you're sitting at your desk, or a typical thing is when I am driving and I'm looking back to do a shoulder check, so looking in my blind spot, I get this severe headache going up into my head. So that is another typical symptom that you find. Now, what happens with cervicogenic headaches is your long hours of sitting, slouching in a poor posture, staring at your screen, of course, and operating in that go, go, go mode all day puts your nervous system and your neck under constant strain. Now, that tension does not go away on its own. So, what can you actually do? So, of course, you can address the poor posture by doing posture resets throughout the day. Now, what exactly are these posture resets? If I talk about it in the video, it'll get too long. So, I have written a blog on this topic, which is called Tired of Chasing Headache Relief? Try this targeted approach instead. I will leave a link to the blog in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link will be in my bio. If you can't find it, or if you're a lazy mom like me and you wanted straight in your inbox or in your messages, just message me, or you can even drop a comment below and I'll send it to you. In that blog, I cover a lot on posture resets, how to adjust your how to adjust your posture in order to not slouch. How poor postures can cause cervicogenic headaches, and of course, details about cervicogenic headaches, along with a video on easy tips to manage your cervicogenic headaches. So I will just share very briefly what you can do, and that video within the blog that's embedded in the blog will take you through the details of step by step what you can do for relief from cervicogenic headaches. So the very first thing is the posture resets that discussed in the blog. You can have a look there. Introduce movement into your daily routine. So you don't want to be sitting there staring at a screen, writing your emails for hours at an end. Our bodies were not made for prolonged static postures. You need to move every 20 minutes, even if it just means rolling your shoulders back or just moving your arms around, moving your neck around. You need to have movement. Ideally, get up from your chair. If you have an adjustable standing desk, stand up, sit down, just adjust your position or just move around a little bit so the stresses on your spine don't build up and you don't get that headache. All right. Sorry. All right. So we can also add some breath work to calm your nervous system down. Now, when it is in a stress state, you will find that your body is more stressed, your muscles are holding on, you get into like a very light degree of muscle spasm is there, like somebody who's angry. This position is very normal. So you see how I was completely stressed up my spine and my shoulders. So you want to calm your nervous system down, because if you have a busy routine like most moms do, you want those calming breaths. So you can just sit there and do deep breathing. You don't need to do anything fancy. Also, very important, you can incorporate some light neck mobility techniques that can be just a minute, 30 seconds, something as simple as looking towards left and right, just tilting your head, just doing movements around your shoulder, rotations on your shoulder, some light neck mobility and shoulder mobility exercises. Um, Also, if you are looking for a more permanent, sustainable approach to managing your cervicogenic headaches instead of bouncing between the temporary solutions that most of us do that we spoke about initially, if you want those exact tools, movement routines, those shifts that are needed to get to the root of your pain without the overwhelm, of course, without adding more to your daily routine, you can explore the cervicogenic headache course that I have. I will again leave more details in that blog that I described. And in case you missed it, the link to the blog will be in the description of this video. All right, so that is all I have for you today. Of course, there's much more I can talk for hours on cervicogenic headaches. However, let's keep the video this short so that you can get through it. And if you have any questions, any comments for me, let me know. I'll be happy to help you out.